Shalom.
Shalom.
Hey, Shalom, Malcolm, Shalom. First and foremost, as always, we want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachakodash. We want to give double honors to the apostles, the bishops, and the elders of Great Millstone. That's all this is truth, and that's what teaching is truth, and much peace, love, and salutation to the elect. All right, beginning with 144,000 all the way down to the large multitude that believes who the Lord's going to deliver in these last days. To you all we say Shalom. Are we Great Millstone Dallas? I have the brother Malak with me.
Shalom.
You know, and the brother Tazamah. And what we want to do is go into a lesson entitled "The Gentiles, Heathen Nations Will Be Our Inheritance." All right, and you know, through the Spirit, just want to go into this topic as you know, there's been videos, you know, resurfaced. I know Elder Apostle Tahar have been doing a few videos going in on the fact of how he was going through the debate with God Logic and Captain Tazariak, and how they want to try to equate Romans 9 and particular other scriptures as well to the fact of how the actual heathen can be saved when that's not nowhere in the scriptures. You know, the thing is that they're getting trapped up. They're getting trapped up in the word Gentile. You know, when the Gentile can actually mean an Israelite who lost their way. You know, they're in a Gentile state. They're in a Gentile state of mind, or you're talking about the actual heathen. Okay, which the actual heathen were created to be our inheritance. That's what was promised to Yahweh Shai. He said, "What? Ask of me, and I will give thee the heathen for thine inheritance," which we're going to get here later too. You see what I'm saying? But this is the next thing to come. It's the fact of how Yahweh Bashem Shai has set up the different Gentile nations. All right. Eventually, they're going to serve us and be our slaves, man. And that's part of the inheritance. That's part of the promise. It's even written in the law. How pretty much it talks. Matter of fact, let me see if I can find it. If you want to say something real quick, let me see if I can find it real quick here.
No, because that's an important part of our blessing. You know, of Esau. Esau, Edom had the fatness of the earth. You see, and it was only prophesied that the earth and its whole, the whole fruit of it was only prophesied to be given unto two nations, which were the Edomites and the Israelites. Mm-hmm. You know, and the fatness of the earth also includes people as well. That's why in Revelation it talks about how this place that had been, you know, a trader of, you know, purple, scarlet, gold, and all these other resources. And then it also says of also souls of men, right? We're also going to have the possession of men as well, all right? With that being the possession of human resources.
That's right. That's right. Let me see something real quick.
I have what you had quoted real quick, which I could just read.
Yeah, you can break it down too.
This is Psalms chapter 2, verse 8. It says, "Ask of me, and I shall give thee the heathen for thine inheritance, and the uttermost parts of the earth for thy possession." Yeah, no, that's what we're crying out for, is we're asking the Lord, we're pleading, praying, and begging for him to bring the kingdom. And a part of that is the heathen, all right? The heathen, so that they can build up our walls. As we were subject and servants unto them,
that's right,
they're going to be building up our walls as well, right? Every captivity, all the great wonders of the world you can look at, and Jake, you know, pretty much had a part to play in the building up of the kingdoms of this world, man.
Yep.
You know, but now when the kingdom of heaven is going to be established, so it's just going to be moved around, and it ain't going to be nobody else to have their blood, sweat, and tears and their life poured upon it. No, man. The kingdom of heaven is going to be established with brutal slavery as well, man.
Yep, the scriptures talk about how we're going to beat the nations into a potter's vessel, like it says in Revelation, the 2nd chapter. Somebody got to get beaten to pieces.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Somebody got to be ruled over with a rod of iron. You know, but for all you wacky tacky Christians talking about God loves everybody and the kingdom's for everybody, well, who's going to be beaten with a rod of iron? Who's that? You know, who's going to be receiving that? I found the law here. This is Leviticus 25. I'm gonna start here at verse 44, and in my Bible, the top of the topic or the paragraph says, "Heathen may be bond servants." Now, what is a bond servant? Another name for a bond servant is a slave. All right, as it says in Revelation 13, it says, "He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity." All right, it says both thy bondmen and thy bondmaids, which thou shalt have, shall be of the heathen that are round about you. Now let's get this word heathen real quick here. Remember, this is in the law. Now the scripture says that the laws, the new covenant is going to consist of the law being written in our inward parts. So this is going to have to be implemented, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right. So it says, both thy bondmen and thy bondmaids which thou shalt have shall be of the heathen that are round about you. That word heathen, all right, written in the actual text is ha gawayom, which is the heathen. Gawayom, yum at the end of it makes it plural. All right, which is talking about the nations. You got gawaya, which is singular, and then gawayom is plural. All right, but it says a nation or people, nation people, usually of non-Hebrew people. But it also says number 2 of descendants of Abraham or of Israel, letting you know that the Gentiles or the heathen can also be Israelites as well too. But this text and this concept here is not talking about actual Israelites. This is talking about the actual heathen, right? So it says, both thy bondmen and thy bondmaids which thou shalt have shall be of the heathen that are round about you. Of them shall ye buy bondmen and bondmaids. It says, moreover, of the children of the stranger that do sojourn among you, it says, of them shall ye buy, and of their families that are with you, which they begat in your land, and they shall be your possession. What's another way of saying possession? Slave, right? It says, and ye shall take them as an inheritance for your children after you. See, so the slaves, the heathen, are supposed to be an inheritance for you and your children, excuse me, and your children after you, right? Let's read that again. It says, and ye shall take them as an inheritance for your children after you, to inherit them for a possession. Okay? They shall be your bondmen forever. So here's the switch, right?
Mm-hmm.
But over your brethren, the children of Israel, right? You shall not rule one over another with rigor. You see, so it's giving you a distinction, letting you know who this is talking about. This is talking about the actual heathen here versus talking about your actual brother. You see, because there are laws of servitude that you would have for an actual, for an Israelite, but you wouldn't rule over them with rigor. Matter of fact, let me get that word rigor real quick. If you want to make a point, you got it, but I'm going to get that word.
Yeah, because the scriptures don't contradict themselves. And they say that all Israel shall be saved. Okay, and salvation, right, is us being taken away from our enemies, man. Mm-hmm. Us being removed from that, from our hard servitude that we were meant to, serve, right? And we know that the heathen, they helped forward that affliction, right? Yep. Esau, Edom helped forward that affliction, but we're also gonna give them that cut back in righteousness, and that's due to, them serving captivity under us, man.
Yep. Excuse me, that word rule in the Hebrew is radah, which it says to have dominion, rule, or to dominate. See, we're not to dominate another Israelite.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? But what did Esau do? Esau looked at us whenever we was in captivity, and he dominated us.
Right.
Completely, I'm talking about completely broke us down and completely destroyed us to the point whereas we didn't even know it was even a nation of people, right. Which was the script. That was a prophecy at the end of the day. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's why the scriptures say kingdom should be translated from one people to another. That word kingdom, right, which is pretty much 2 words, king and dumb, right? That word dumb comes from the word dominate. All right.
Right.
Esau has had the total dominion over the world, but that dominion is going to be translated unto us, and we're going to dominate him now,
mm-hmm.
as it's translated unto us.
Yep. The kingdom is like domicile of the kings.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have that word rigor, which in the Hebrew that word is parak. All right, that word is parak, and it says here, it says harshness or severity. You see, we wasn't supposed to rule over another Hebrew servant as or rather say Israelite servant with harshness or severity. Right. You see, like for example, Jacob was a servant unto Laban. You see, but eventually after he was done serving his servitude when he worked for Leah and Rachel, or Rachel and Leah, I'd rather say, what happened is that he was set up. He was good. He had got flocks. He got women. You know what I'm saying? He got flocks. He was set up.
Right.
You see, but this is a different kind of servitude here, which is the whole topic of the basis of the conversation here. All right, so let's jump from here. Let's go from there to I just want to pull that law out because the scriptures talk about how the law is going to be written on our inward part. So this is going to be implemented, right? Let's get Isaiah the 54th chapter. We'll start at verse 1.
God. This is Isaiah chapter 54, verse 1, it says, "Sing, O barren, thou that didst not bear. Break forth into singing, and cry aloud, thou that didst not travail with child. For more are the children of the desolate than the children of the married wife, saith Yahweh."
Right, and this is really going into the the circumcision and the uncircumcision. You see the Israelite foreigners as well as those that grew up in the customs. The desolate is talking about the Israelite foreigners, and the married wife is talking about the circumcision, those that grew up in the customs. You see, so when you read it again, it says, "Sing, O barren, the Gentiles," actual Israelites that are in the Gentile state of mind. "Thou that didst not bear, break forth into singing and cry aloud," which is what we're doing right now. "Thou that didst not travail with child. For more are the children of the desolate," which are the Gentile Israelite foreigners, "than the children of the married wife," which is the circumcision. Because you have more people that was coming in that didn't know that they're Israelites versus those that did. And that's when you read in the New Testament. Actually, Paul quoted this in Galatians, the 4th chapter, and he broke it down. You know, going into the similitude with Hagar and Sarah. You know, but that's another lesson for another day. But you got it.
God. It's continuing on. It says, verse 2, "Enlarge the place of thy tent, and let them stretch forth the curtains of thine habitations."
Pretty much letting us know that, like, our dwelling places are going to be enlarged. You know, the earth is going to be larger. You know, because we're going to go and dwell in the land that was promised unto us. You see, when people look on a map, they'll see the nation of Israel. Be like, "Oh, well, the nation of Israel, you know, the nation's too small. The land mass is too small." Well, the land mass that we're gonna have is gonna be a lot greater than that. You see what I'm saying? It's not just that little sliver of the Fertile Crescent where the Mediterranean is, and in Gaza, that little small sliver. No, man, that's not our actual inheritance. You see what I'm saying? Our inheritance. Matter of fact, real quick, what's that? Genesis the 15th chapter, I think it is, where it goes into our actual inheritance. You know, the borders of our inheritance. Let me see if I can find it real quick here. Here it is. This is Genesis 15, verse 18. It says, "In the same day that Yahweh made a covenant with Abram, saying, Unto thy seed have I given this land." And this seed is talking about who? Isaac. And then it passed down to Jacob and the 12 tribes, right? "Unto thy seed have I given this land, from the river of Egypt unto the great river, the river Euphrates." See that? So that's our borders. From the river of Egypt, which is the Nile River, unto the river Euphrates, which is over there past Babylon. Ancient Babylon, I'd rather say, or Iraq. So our land mass is really, you know, a lot larger than just that little sliver of the land of Israel that we see today. That's not really it. You see what I'm saying? And plus we're going to inherit other planets. You know, like the Lord, man, you can't put the Lord in a box at the end of the day.
Yeah.
You know, you gonna make a point.
Well, who knows? Because like you said, how we can't put the Lord in a box. You know how they say that land is even made, right? After those ICBM missiles hit, who's to say that there isn't more land on the planet Earth? You know, when you look up how land is made, it's from heat and it pretty much forming rocks and it floating upon the water. But you know, after the missiles hit, hey, there could be greater land masses made. You know, there's no telling, because missiles are going to hit Babylon, but it's also going to hit the promised land as well. So who's to say it ain't going to grow?
Yeah. Well, when you read Isaiah the 49th chapter, which you're going to get, it kind of goes into that. You know, pretty much how the land is desolate now, but it's going to be more. It's going to be made more lush. You know, for lack of better words. But you got it. Isaiah 54. You can read verse 2 again.
It says Isaiah 54:2. It says, "Enlarge the place of thy tent, and let them stretch forth the curtains of thine habitations. Spare not, lengthen thy cords, and strengthen thy stakes."
It is likening it unto like a tent or a tabernacle being set up. So it says, "Lengthen thy cords," right? Like where you have a tabernacle, the cords like set it up. It says, "Lengthen thy cords and strengthen thy stakes." So that's how you would stake it. You know, you put the nail and you stake it down.
Deep.
Right. So it's a strengthen thy stakes, like hit it deep. See what I'm saying? So the Lord's going to enlarge our land. He's going to have to enlarge our land because it's going to be so many Israelites.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
They're not going to die either.
Yeah, exactly. We're just going to keep multiplying. So when you think of galaxies and planets and solar systems and things like that, that Esau thinks he done discovered, what do you think all that's there for? You think it's there for nothing? No, man, it's not there for nothing, man. The Lord, Yahweh Shah said it himself. It said, in my Father's house are many mansions. So it's many lands, many planets, many solar systems, many galaxies that are out there that we're going to actually have and inherit. Who knows how the Lord going to have it, whereas his elect may just have it. You know, the elect may have a solar system.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And within that solar system is X amount of planets, you know? Who knows? And the scripture says that we're going to have our heart's desire. Thou faithful servant, since you were over little things, be thou faithful, be over 10 cities and such and such. It just says cities there. Just imagine if you was over Dallas by itself.
Well, Babylon the Great is known as a city.
A city. Yeah. It's going to be burnt the hell up.
So, hey, you could have a city as big as America, bro. That's
one city. That's one city. You know what I'm saying? So,
Man.
like, hey, bro, you gotta broaden your horizon. So, in these cities, you don't think you're gonna have servants?
right.
You don't think you're gonna have people making sure that the city stays upright and uptight, the way that you want it in righteousness, man? Because it's gold streets,
Yeah.
walls, buildings. You think we're gonna be building that? Vineyards. We're gonna have cattle. Who gonna be tending to the cattle? We ain't gonna be doing it.
Man. A nation of kings and priests.
Yeah.
The whole point of a king is to have fucking people under you, man.
Right.
To have servants. That's the whole point of a king.
Right.
There's only one king, or in a kingdom, you have officials that they hold similar titles to the king, but ultimately it's people in power and then it's subjects. Those are two classes, man.
Yep. Subject, sub meaning under, ject meaning the rule.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? So like with all these things, you think that we just gonna just snap our fingers every time that like we're gonna snap our finger, but somebody gonna be doing it. Now we could do it on our own, like we could do it and just it'll get done. But no, like we're gonna have servants taking care of all that, man. We're gonna have slaves, man.
Yeah.
Esau had slaves. He does, so Esau he can have slaves, but we can't.
Right.
Like, come on now. That's not the way this thing works. But you got it out.
It says Isaiah 54:3. It says, "For thou shalt break forth on the right hand and on the left."
Pretty much meaning you're going to expand. That's what it means to break forth, meaning you're going to expand on the right hand and on the left.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna expand out, right? Go ahead.
Yep. "And thy seed shall inherit the Gentiles,
Mm-hmm.
and make the desolate cities to be inhabited."
Thy seed shall inherit the Gentiles. It said thy seed is talking about your children. So we're going to inherit the Gentiles, but our children, as we read in the law in Leviticus 25, they're going to inherit the Gentiles as well. And who is the Gentiles talking about here? The heathen. This Gentiles here is talking about the heathen. But you gotta have the spiritual eyesight to understand and know what Gentiles are talking about here. As a matter of fact, real quick, just a quick precept. Isaiah the 14th chapter. Oldie but goodie, we always get it. Isaiah chapter 14, verse 2. All right, it reads, it says, and the people shall take them and bring them to their place. And the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of Yahweh, which is the land of Israel, for servants and handmaids, slaves, right? And they shall take them captives, whose captives they were, and they shall rule over their oppressors, like he was going into. We're going to rule over them, man. We're going to rule over those who oppressed us. You see, this is what's coming.
Yep.
Okay, and Esau and the rest of these different heathen nations, they can't get away from that. Okay, they can't get away from that. They're trying to wiggle their way out of slavery. They're trying to wiggle their way out of judgment, but they can't wiggle their way out of what's written. This is prophecy, man. Yeah. You got to make a point.
I had that word inherit.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
In Isaiah the 54th chapter. I'm gonna read the verse again.
All right.
Isaiah 54:3. It says, "For thou shalt break forth on the right hand and on the left, and thy seed shall inherit the Gentiles, and make the desolate cities to be inhabited." I got that word inherit. It says, Yarash.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It says to seize, take possession of, to occupy,
to seize.
Mhm.
You know, when you seize somebody, that means that that when you, like, if a cop seizes somebody, that means that they ass is hemmed up. Like, that means that you ain't going nowhere.
Mhm.
You under the power of that cop.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? You got it.
that's against your will too.
Yeah,
Regardless
exactly.
of what, if you want to agree or if you disagree, regardless, nigga, we taking it. Man.
Yup. Your ass seized up. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I'm sorry, I won't do this ever again. You seized up at that point.
Yeah,
You know?
I don't care now.
Yeah. Yep.
It is what it is.
It is what it is.
It says to ruin,
Wow.
to it says to by implication to seize, to rob, to inherit, to dispose, to drive out, to come to poverty.
Drive out. Come to poverty. That means that somebody gonna be being put down. Somebody who wasn't in poverty gonna be being put into poverty.
Yeah, that's the whole idea of when like I keep going back to the Genesis, the 25th chapter, the birth of the two nations that were to inherit the blessing of the world, right? That's us proverbially pulling down Esau, Edom, and pulling that leg, that foot down, man. Grabbing him by the foot, we're pulling him down, man, and we're seizing not only the opportunity but him, as well as for our blessing too, to build up our walls.
Yep. Because that word inherit literally means in heir. Like, that word inherit goes back to heir, to being an heir to something. You see that, and the scripture says, what's that, Romans 8:16? If you want to grab that real quick, because Yahweh Shai, his inheritance was the heathen, and we're going to inherit the same thing, you know.
Yeah, and heirs have to be to have a inheritance or to be an heir. You have to have a literal relation, all right, be by blood.
Yep.
To receive that.
Your heir goes back to heredity.
Mm.
You see what I'm saying? Like a legacy, something that's passed down as a legacy.
Right.
You don't pass a legacy down to somebody you don't know.
Mm-hmm.
You know
like
what I'm saying?
Disease, right? This is hereditary in my family.
Exactly.
My family got a hereditary diabetes.
Yeah.
No, well, hey, you can have hereditary diseases, but you can also have hereditary blessings, man.
That's right. Yeah. And that's the nation of Israel.
Yeah.
We was chosen to have hereditary blessings. That's a lesson. Hereditary blessings. Man.
You said Romans 8?
Yeah, start at verse 16, but the point is in 17.
Come. This is Romans 8, chapter 16. It says the Spirit
Romans
is...
chapter 8, verse 16.
Yep.
Yeah, you said it backwards. So
you
said Romans 8, chapter 16. It's all good. No, you get in the right chapter. You said Romans 8, chapter 16.
Oh,
it's all good. It's all good. Hey,
Romans chapter 8, verse 16. It says, the Spirit itself beareth witness with our spirit that we are the children of Yahweh.
Right. The Spirit itself beareth witness with our spirit that we are the children of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, or the sons of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, right? The Spirit that's within us right now, prophesying, right? Going out into the highways and byways, doing these lessons, is the Spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai in us, letting us know that we are Lord willing, we those sons. See what I'm saying? And being called a son of God, right? Go ahead.
Yep. It says, verse 17, and if children, then heirs.
See, if children, then heirs. So an heir inherits something passed down from their father. So if we are children or sons, then we're heirs, right? Heirs of the Most High. Go ahead.
Heirs of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, or heirs of Yahweh, and joint heirs with Hamashiach.
Right, being joint heirs. You see? So we're going to share the same inheritance that Yahweh Shai is going to share. Let me say it the right way. Yahweh Shai is going to inherit or share his inheritance with us. Lord willing, we have that number. That's being a joint heir. Now, of course, Yahweh Shai is going to be the top underneath Yahweh, but he's sharing that blessing with his brothers. What's one of those blessings? Are they heathen?
Yeah.
Okay, you got it.
And if I could make a point too, just as he shared when he came and he lived in the flesh, he was under subjection by who? The Romans. Just as we are. So we share that in common already with him.
Yeah.
You see? We and the scriptures say that we were inheritors of his sufferings, so that we shall inherit the glory, right? Since we've inherited that suffering of being under the rule of the Roman, right? The Roman Empire, we're also going to receive that subjection or the rule over them as well. You know?
Well, it's about to say it. What you just said.
Come.
Yeah.
It says, verse 17, and if children, then heirs, heirs of Yahweh, and joint heirs with Hamashiach, if so be that we suffer with him, I jumped the gun.
No, it's all good. It's all good spirit.
That we may also be also glorified together.
You got it.
Yeah, you know, that's what we're gonna inherit too. You know, that glory as well as the suffering, it comes hand in hand. You can't get one without the other.
Yep.
You know?
Yep. That's right. That's right. And this is part of the gospel, man. You know, when Yahweh Shah said, you know, repent ye for the kingdom of heaven is at hand, and he began to preach the gospel. This is all tied in. I think Yahweh Shah was just saying one thing. No, man, he was going in and breaking the scrolls down, man. You see? So this is part of the gospel. Isaiah the 61st chapter, that we would have the Lord gonna have vengeance on our enemies, you know, proclaiming the acceptable year of the Lord and the vengeance that he's gonna bring. That's all, it all ties in.
Yep.
You know? Could you go back to Isaiah 54 and read verse 4 real quick?
This is Isaiah chapter 54, verse 4. It says, fear not, for thou shalt not be ashamed, neither be thou confounded. For thou shalt not be put to shame.
Right, we're not going to be put to shame no more. You see, we're not going to be looked down on. You see, the Lord is going to reverse it. He's going to reverse the roles, whereas we was that low, decrepit, you know what I'm saying, batch, that degenerate plant. You know, even all Israel is going to be beautified, man. Even the 2/3 niggas that's going to burn up on the side, the Lord going to bring them back in the kingdom, and they're going to be good. You see, we're not going to be looked down on by the heathen no more, man. We're going to be the ones they're going to look to and be like, man, these are the people of Yahweh Bashem Al Shah. These are the Lord's chosen people. And it's going to be evidently seen. It's going to be outwardly seen. You got it?
Yep. It says, verse 4, fear not, for thou shalt not be ashamed, neither be thou confounded. For thou shalt not be put to shame, for thou shalt forget the shame of thy youth, and shalt not remember the reproach of thy widowhood anymore.
You see, so that old way that we used to live in, that old crusty, dusty, ashy ass, you know what I'm saying, ashy ass, you know, way that our people are in right now, that's gonna be long gone, man.
Yep.
That's gonna be forgotten. It's gonna be a thing of the past. You see, when the Lord beautifies us, man, the heathen are gonna know, like, man, like this. Look what the Lord, look what their God did for them. And the scriptures talk about that. I forgot exactly where it said. You know what I'm saying? But I might be in the apocrypha. But yeah, the heathen gonna say like, man, look what their God did for them. You see, and that's the time that we're coming into very, very soon. You got a precept?
Kind of had some. This is Baruch chapter 4, verse 23. It says, for I sent you out with mourning and weeping.
Wait, you said Baruch 4 and 23?
Yep.
Start at verse 20. Yeah, start at verse 20 real quick.
It says Baruch 4 and 20. It says, I have put off the clothing of peace and put upon me the sackcloth of my prayer.
Which is what we're at right now. You see, we put on the sackcloth of prayer. You know, fasting, mourning. Right. You know, pretty much in a state of humility, which is right now. You got it.
Yeah, and that encompasses that imagery of a widow, right? Because a widow has lost her husband. Yeah, she's no more able to bear fruit too. You know, that goes hand in hand of, you know, not being barren as well, you know, possibly, but also not having a husband to comfort her.
Yeah,
you know?
That's that we prophesied in sackcloth for 1,290 days. Like it says in Revelation 11. That's the time frame where we was in slavery, we was beat down, you know what I'm saying? We didn't know who we were for that 350-year period. You know? You got it.
Yep. It says, I have Baruch chapter 4, verse 20, it says, I have put off the clothing of peace, I have put upon me the sackcloth of my prayer. I will cry unto the everlasting in my days.
It was just right now. This is This is going on right now. We're crying to Yahweh Bashim Shai in our days of our mourning. You know, you got it.
It says, verse 21, be of good cheer, O my children, cry unto the Lord, and he shall deliver you from the power and hand of the enemies.
You see, we cry to the Lord, and he's going to deliver us from the power of the hand, which is power of our enemies or our oppressors.
Right.
You got it.
Verse 22, it says, for my hope is in the everlasting, that he will save you, and joy is come unto me from the Holy One, because of the mercy which shall soon come unto you from the everlasting, our Savior.
Right, and is this talking about everybody here? No.
Yeah.
It's not talking about everybody. As a matter of fact, real quick, jump up to verse 1.
Yep. Baruch 4:1, it says, this is the book of the commandments of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, and the law that endureth forever.
Go ahead.
All they that keep it shall come to life,
Right.
but such as leave it shall die.
And the law was given to Israel.
Right.
What does verse 3 say?
We have verse 2. It
I'm
says,
sorry.
turn thee, O Jacob, and take heed of it.
Turn thee, O Jacob, and take heed of it. Go ahead.
It says, walk in the presence of the light thereof.
And this is let you know that this is talking to Jacob, man.
Right.
So that's not going to everybody. It's going to it's only going to Jacob.
Right.
What's being said here is talking to Israel. Okay, but you can jump back down where you was at.
We have verse 23. All right, it says, for I sent you out with mourning and weeping, but Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai will give you to me again with joy and gladness forever.
Ooh, man, it says the Lord gonna give you unto me again with joy and gladness, man. And this is metaphorically like the land talking to a degree. You see, because we're gonna be brought back into our land. Okay, letting you know that this isn't talking about the small hats in 1944 or 1948. You know what I'm saying? Going back into the land. No, the Lord gonna bring us back into our land, and the heathen gonna know when the Israelites are back in the land. They gonna know. You know, and we're gonna get more precepts to prove it, like Isaiah 60. You know,
Right.
you know that's not going on right now.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
What is that? It's saying Joel, how they're gonna pretty much be, they're gonna be coming up to the mountain of the Lord, or
That's Isaiah 2.
it's Isaiah 2. Oh, yeah, the water. Yeah, they're gonna be coming up though. You know, that's how we gonna know they're being the land too.
Yeah.
Hey, America, hey, you ain't making no trip to the quote unquote Holy Land right now.
Every year, Jerusalem, you gotta go there three times a year. All the males gotta appear. That's not happening.
Hell no.
You go to Israel right now, your ass likely maybe to get bombed, maybe.
They gonna spit on you if you believe in the Bible,
Right.
according to what they be doing out there. They don't believe in no Messiah, man. But it says, verse 24, it says, like as now the neighbors of Zion have seen your captivity.
The neighbors of Zion, so the heathen have seen your captivity. They've seen it. Okay, this lines up with Lamentations, the third chapter. The second chapter. They clap their hands and they hiss at the daughter of my people.
Right.
You know, they've seen it. Go ahead.
It says, so shall they see shortly your salvation.
So as they see in your captivity, they're going to see your salvation. It lines up with Wisdom of Solomon, the 5th chapter. They're going to behold the strangeness of your salvation. Go ahead.
It says, so shall they see shortly your salvation from our power, which shall come unto you with great glory and brightness of the everlasting.
See that? That's what's coming. And the heathen are going to see it. They're going to see it. They're going to acknowledge it. They're going to know. Like, damn, these are the people that these are people that we had in captivity. You know what I'm saying? These are the people, man. Like, damn, man, we was wrong.
Right.
But the thing is that they know that we the people, though. You know what I mean? It's not like they know. You know? Did you have any more?
No, that was pretty much it.
Okay, let's read Isaiah 49. We'll start at verse 8. We're gonna read down.
Okay. This is Isaiah 49. You said it, verse 8.
Yep, we're gonna start at verse 8.
It says, Isaiah 49 and 8. It says, thus saith Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, or Yahweh Most High, in the acceptable time have I heard thee, and in a day of salvation have I helped thee.
In that acceptable time, it's talking about right now, just as we read in Baruch, the 4th chapter. We're in a state of mourning, you know, sackcloth, ashes, weeping. So we're calling upon Yahweh Shema Shai, which is the acceptable time now, the favorable time. You see, the time where mercy is being extended. You know, you got it. And it's through Yahweh Shai, by the way. You got it.
It says, and in the day of salvation have I helped thee, and I will preserve thee, and give thee for a covenant of the people, to establish the earth, to cause to inherit the desolate heritages.
Right, to establish or to restore the earth. You see, the earth right now is mourning. The earth right now is in complete chaos due to the wicked ruling. The earth languisheth under the rulers thereof, like it says in Isaiah 24. You see, so it says to establish the earth or to cause to inherit the desolate heritages. You see, we're going to get our lands back. You know, we're going to get our borders back. Everything going to be put back to the way that it's supposed to be. You got it.
God. It says that thou mayest say to the prisoners, go forth. To them that are in darkness, show yourselves.
And this lines up with Isaiah 61. The prisoners and those who are in darkness are talking about those Israelites who are in a dark state of mind, man. The prison in your mind, where Yahweh Shah said what? He said, ye shall know the truth, and what? The truth shall set you free. You see? It says, and to them that are in darkness, show yourselves, right? Go ahead.
Yep. It says that thou may goest and may say to the prisoners, go forth. To them that are in darkness, show yourselves. They shall feed in the ways, and their pastures shall be in all high places.
Right. Their pastures shall be in all high places, man. You see? And when you're in a high place, you're pretty much in a safe place. That's that banner, like it says in Isaiah the 11th chapter. Lift you up the banner to the Gentiles. This is a direct precept of that.
Right.
You got it.
Yeah, a high place too is strategically advantageous to war as well.
Yeah.
You know. So we know that the Lord is a man of war, and that right there is a symbol too of how they won't be able to come up against us.
Exactly.
Every nation they have a stronger power militarily, the other nations are by default subjects to them. You know, they set up garrisons in their land. They do whatever they want. That's why Babylon the Great's military might was so strong. It's so strong here because, and why everybody pretty much has served them is because militarily can't nobody fuck with them. I mean, we know that it's fallen now, but you know that's been that's been pretty much the idea, you know, of Babylon.
Yep. And their high places, their height is pretty much their Air Force to a degree. You know, you got it.
Verse 10, it says, they shall not hunger nor thirst, neither shall the heat nor sun smite them. For he that hath mercy on them shall lead them. Even by the springs of water shall he guide them.
And the springs of water is representation of the truth. You know, he that believeth on me, as the scripture has said, out of his belly shall flow rivers of living water. You know, the sun and the heat smiting is talking about oppression. See, we're not going to be in an oppressed state in this time. We're going to be the ones that are going to be on top. You know, we're going to be the ones that's going to pretty much be underneath every man underneath this fig tree, that is written, which represents prosperity. You got it?
Yep. It says, verse 11, and I will make all my mountains a way, and my highways shall be exalted.
Right, going into, like you mentioned in Isaiah the 2nd chapter, all nations are going to have to come to us to learn the way. You got it?
It says, verse 12, behold, these shall come from far, and lo, these from the north, and from the west.
And from the west, which we're in the western extremities right now here in America. Go ahead.
And these from the land of Sinim.
Pretty much representation of all the lands where we've been scattered. Go ahead.
Verse 13, sing, O heaven, and be joyful, O earth, and break forth into singing, O mountains, for Yahweh hath comforted his people.
He hath comforted his people with the comforter, which Yahweh Shai is the comforter. He hath comforted his people. Go ahead.
And will have mercy upon his afflicted.
And who are the ones that are afflicted? We are, man. The scripture said that I will leave in the land an afflicted and poor people, talking about the Israelites. Okay, he's going to comfort those who are afflicted, and we're being comforted right now. via the scriptures, via the truth of the scriptures. All right, having an understanding, which is the comforter. Go ahead.
If I could say too,
Yeah, you got it.
because and note how it said in that last verse how it aligned the act of singing with the act of comfort, right? And what was the song that Moses sung after the victory of him over Pharaoh? He sung that song of victory, man. The same song that it translates from Exodus the 15th chapter to Revelation the 15th chapter, as the elect have victory over this place, you know. And then the establishing of the throne of David, which what happened with the throne of David? The other nations were in subjection unto us,
Right.
you know. That was a shadow of things to come in these times, man. As the Prince of Peace, you know, Yahweh is gonna come and he's gonna rule over, and we're gonna be established under the throne of David and have rulership over these other nations, man. They're gonna be subjects to us.
Yep. Like you said, joy and singing coincide together. So somebody's gonna be singing for joy, but somebody's gonna be crying for anguish, though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's just, you know, but you got it.
That's the balance. It says, verse 14. I'm gonna read 13 again. It says, "Sing, O heaven, and be joyful, O earth, and break forth into singing, O mountains. For Yahweh hath comforted his people, and will have mercy upon his afflicted."
Go ahead.
But Zion said, "The Lord hath forsaken me, and my Lord hath forgotten me."
You see, and that's most of our people. You know, they're looking for comfort in the wrong areas and the wrong ways. They're looking for comfort in Babylon. They're looking for comfort in the system. They're looking for comfort in Donald Trump and voting. You know what I'm saying? And just being niggas in America. They're looking for comfort that way. But you know, black conscious. Like we was listening to that whole. You know, there was a clip about one of the black conscious niggas talking about some bullshit. I can't even remember what he even said. You know, yeah, the star of Hotep in Hotep. Like, the fuck these niggas talking about, man? Have no answers, no solutions.
Right.
See what I'm saying? So our people are comfortless.
Right.
You see, but you know, call Allah Yahweh Bashim Shai, you know, we have comfort and joy based upon the scriptures. You know? Hotep. You know what I'm saying? Like Hotep. Like what are you talking about, bro?
Yeah.
No solutions, nothing. Just mentioning how Hotep nigga came out the stars and the cosmos, galaxies came into fruition because of them, and this nigga had a hawk head with a duck bill. Like, what are you talking about? You know what I'm saying?
They ain't bringing no more solutions, but they actually adding more problems. It's like, what the
Man,
fuck?
yeah, they really are. Just adding more confusion. A hawk head with a duck bill. That shit is crazy.
Man.
But you got it.
It says, verse 15.
Yep.
Can a woman forget her suckling child, that she should not have compassion on the son of her womb? Yeah, they may forget, yet will I not forget
He's
thee.
like, so the Lord like, look, they may have forgot, but I ain't forgot my people. Can a mother forget her child that's hungry? No, I got a son. When he hungry, everybody knows in the house, and it's only just us three. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know. He hungry. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta do what you gotta do. You gotta feed the baby.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You got it.
Verse 16, it says, "Behold, I have graven thee upon the palms of my hand. Thy walls are continually before me."
I have graven thee upon the palms of my hand, pretty much like being a scribe. So like the Lord, like, look, pretty much is a metaphor saying, look, I ain't forgot about you. Something in the palm of your hands engraven, like you gonna always see it there. Never forgot. You're never going to, like, just imagine you had some instructions graven in your hands. You look at your hands all the time.
Yeah.
You're never going to forget. You know, some people maybe taking the test, they might write on their hands, they looking. You know what I'm saying? They remember. So the Lord ain't forgot it. He hasn't forgot his people, man. Even though Jake forgot Yahweh Bashim Shai and how wicked Jake is, the Lord ain't forgot us. You know, and he's gonna show forth that he ain't forgot us. You know?
That reminds me of how he was sacrificed, you know, with them nails going through his hands.
Man.
You know, like how, you can't forget nothing like that. And even like I believe was it Timothy that seen him, and it was Stephen that seen him, and he had poked through the side of.
I'm sorry, that was Thomas. Excuse me. I thought you were talking
Thomas.
about seeing him in the heavens. My bad.
Oh yeah, Thomas that seen him, and you know, it poked through the side of him like he was like, dang, now I believe, man. You know? But it's like, you know, the Lord looking at that, like, he's looking at his hands that they pierced. It's like, yeah, like you said, bro, how can they forget that, man? You can't forget that.
Yeah, man. You know, something that is remembered. You know what I'm saying? We are remembered. You know, those of us that have this knowledge, let you know that the Lord, he didn't forget about us. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like he made firm on he's firm on his promise. But you got it out. We're gonna read down maybe like verse 22 or 21, excuse me.
Kind. It says, verse 7, I'm gonna read verse 16 again. It says, behold, I have graven thee upon the palms of my hands. Thy walls are continually before me. Thy children shall make haste. Thy destroyers and they that made thee waste shall go forth from thee.
Pretty much, you're gonna go away from us. You see what I'm saying? This is like a metaphor of us going back to the land, and the land looking at us like, damn. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You got it.
Verse 18, it says, lift up thine eyes round about, and behold, all these gather themselves together and come to thee. As I live, saith Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, thou shalt surely clothe thee with them all, as with an ornament, and bind them on thee as a bride doeth. So
this is metaphorically talking about the land inheriting the people again. So it's saying like, look, all these gather themselves together, talking about us, and come to thee. As I live, saith Yahweh, thou shalt surely clothe thee, talking about the people, with them all, as with an ornament. So that he's likening the people being an ornament unto the land. As a matter of fact, let me get that word ornament real quick in the Hebrew, 49 to 18. Let me get that word real quick, Isaiah 49 and 18. Because it says that we're going to be like an ornament in the land, right? That word ornament in the Hebrew is, in the context itself, is ka'idka, ka'idia in the context, but the word is idea, right? And it says here, it says ornaments with which one is decked, right? Like jewels, you know what I'm saying? Precious stones. And that's the thing of Malachi. And I'll gather them together as my precious stones and my jewels. Those that fear my name. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
If you want to hold that real quick, you know what I'm saying? But it also says, of women. He says of Jerusalem under figure of woman, under figure of woman. You see, talking about the land itself. It's a simile. See, it's a dark saying. All right, and that word goes back from Ida, and it says to pass on, to advance, go on, pass by, or remove. To pass on, to advance. You see, we're gonna be more advanced in that time. So it says as an ornament, it says and bind them on thee as a bride doeth, and we're likened unto being a bride too. You know, I've seen New Jerusalem come down as a bride adorned for her husband, transformed, man, completely revamped, completely upgraded. You know what I'm saying?
If I could say too, because a common theme within the Lord and how He deals with His men is, or you know, a lot of individuals in the scriptures is He gives them a name, but then they fulfill their name at the end of their life. You know, and just like how you said, like how we're going to get that advancement, right? We're going to actually receive the inheritance and receive our new name under that covenant of marriage by being called Jacob and supplanting our enemy and given that that advancement, all right? You know, getting an advance, all right, a pay grade, a pay update, right? Getting that advance. Jacob say, I got that advance, you know.
I got that pay. Yeah, I got that upgraded pay or whatever.
Man, hey, we're gonna have to supplant. All right, we're gonna be supplanted, or we're going to supplant. Let's say. But I had that Malachi 3.
Yeah, you can just jump straight to the point on that one. Yeah, I think it's like 15 or 14 or something. I'm sorry. Start at verse 16.
It's Malachi 3 and 16. It says, "Then they that feared the Lord spake often one to another, and the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushua hearkened and heard it, and a book of remembrance was written before him for them that feared the Lord,
which is the scriptures, which is having an understanding though, but you got it.
And that thought upon his name.
And that thought upon his name. So that book that will be written will be for us, and we would think upon his name. We would know his name. We would call upon his name. We would have his name. Right? You got it.
Verse 17. And they shall be mine, saith the Lord of hosts. In that day when I make up my jewels.
In that day when I make up my jewels or my ornaments to a degree. You got it.
And I will spare them as a man spareth his own son that serveth him.
And that's talking about the elect. See what I'm saying? The elect are going to be spared in the day of judgment. And we're hoping through the spirit and power of Yahweh that we're spared. Okay? So let's jump back to Isaiah 50. Let's jump back to Isaiah 49. And let's read verse 18 through 21 on that real quick.
Okay. Isaiah 49 and 18. It says, lift up thine eyes round about, and behold, all these gather themselves together and come to thee. As I live, saith the Lord, thou shalt surely clothe them with them all.
Yep.
As with an ornament, and bind them on thee as a bride doeth.
Go ahead.
For thy waste and thy desolate places, and the land of thy destruction shall even now be too narrow by reason of the inhabitants.
So it's pretty much saying that the Lord is going to be, the land is going to be too small. Yeah. If it's like now, it's like the land is going to be, it said too narrow. It said the land is going to be too narrow for its inhabitants. It means too straight, like too compacted. See what I'm saying? Because of the inhabitants, right? Go ahead.
It says, and they that swallowed thee up shall be far away.
Pretty much the heathen, they're going to be away from us. Remember the scriptures talk about how the outer court is going to be for the Gentiles in the book of Revelation? You got it.
Verse 20, the children which thou shalt have, after thou lose the other, shall say again in thine ears, the place is too straight for me. Give place to me that I may dwell.
Right, give place to me that I may dwell. Pretty much enlarging your borders, man. The land's going to be enlarging, man. Our borders are going to be enlarged, I rather say. And we're going to inherit various different other places too. Because we're going to repopulate. You know? Verse 21.
Yep. Can I read that in the NLT?
Yeah, go ahead.
This is Isaiah 49 and 20 in the NLT. It says, the generations born in exile will return and say, we need more room. It's crowded here.
You see?
Then you will think to yourself, who has given me all these descendants? For most of my children were killed, and the rest were carried away into exile. I was left here all alone. Where did all these people come from? Who bore these children? Who raised them for me?
And that's pretty much, that's figurative of the land speaking. Like, where did all these children come from?
Yeah.
You know, because we're going to be brought back into the land. You know, we're going to come from various different places of the earth, but we're going to be brought back in glory. And we're going to repopulate too. So the land is going to be filled back up. It's like a land being like a mother to a degree. See what I'm saying? And that's figurative of us in the future. You know, whenever we're perfected. Okay? That was it on that one. Actually, you know what? Nah, 22 and 23. Salaki. That's yeah. Okay. We can't forget those two. I'm sorry.
Yep, I'm gonna just read it in the KJV.
You can read. No, you can read it in NLT if you want to.
Yeah, go ahead. It says, "This is what the sovereign Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua says: See, I will give a signal to the godless nations. They will carry your little sons back to you in their arms. They will bring your daughters on their shoulders."
Yep, and this is talking about the actual heathen nations. Go ahead.
It says, "Kings and queens will serve you and care for all your needs."
Care for all your needs. Every need that we have, the heathen are going to take care of it. We need some incense lit over here. Go do that. We need this. We need some food over here. Have my little Elamite family chicks, whatever, gonna make that food. You know what I'm saying? I need somebody to be out there tending to my cattle. You know, I need a house built for my wife. You know, one of my wives. I need a house built.
Yeah.
Go there and build it. You're out of pure gold. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's what it's gonna be like.
Straight up.
That's what it's gonna be like, man. Straight up. You got it.
Verse 23, it says, kings and queens will serve you and care for all your needs.
Mm-hmm.
They will bow to the earth before you and lick the dust from your feet.
They're gonna bow down before us, man. They're going to be forced to bow down in front of us, man.
Yeah.
Every time they see us, they ain't gonna be standing there looking at us eye to eye and chest up. Nah, they gonna be bowing down.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when you seen these movies where a king comes and everybody, you know, Your Majesty,
Right.
and they bow down and they show obeisance, man. That's what it's gonna be like, man. Forever. That's what the Lord gonna do for us, man. Cause right now we gotta bow down to the heathen to a degree. Not that we physically doing it, you know what I'm saying, but to a degree, just in our lives, you know, going to be in slavery, going to work and things of that nature. You pretty much you're subservient. You subservient. But the Lord gonna reverse it. You know.
Yeah. Well, even the idea of like the Jake going to work, like they'd be like, oh, I be doing my own thing. I just keep my head down. I just do my job. But like you said, it's servitude. We pretty much, even now, like we go to work and we just be trying to be ducked off. We ain't dealing with nobody like that. You know, be head down, just working.
Yeah.
So it is it's more subtle, but we still bow our head down. We move past certain people. You know, or your boss pull up on a job. I'm talking about your head boss, and now you acting like you actually working. You ain't got shit to work on, but you acting like you sitting all straight in your seat, man. That's bowing your ass down, man.
Yeah, if your ass in front of a judge or some shit like that, your ass gonna be in subjection.
Facts.
Your honor.
Right.
No, your honor. Yes, your honor. You know, but that's just what we got to deal with on this side. You know, we got to render up to Caesar what Caesar's.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
It was a little more.
Yep, you got to
go. It says, I'm going to read from the top. Isaiah 49 and 23, it says, King, and this is an NLT, it says, kings and queens will serve you and care for all your needs. They will bow to the earth before you and lick the dust from your feet. Oh, if I said, what's the prerequisite too? The kings and the queens would be doing this.
Yep.
So we ain't on the highways and byways looking for somebody to kiss our toes, man. You know, the fucking peasant that they go kiss your feet and then they go get a 6-pack and some
they
some
go
cigarettes,
smoke some meth afterwards. And
shit. We ain't looking for no fucking Edomite to kiss our feet, man. We waiting for the kingdom to come, and these Oppenheimers, these DuPonts, them we waiting on them to bow down under Yahweh Shai, yeah. We waiting on Yahweh Shai to get his due reverence, man. Right? Yep. Philippians 2 and 9 got to be fulfilled too, man. When all knees shall bow down to that name. You still got other Israelites that ain't willing to bow down to that name. So we waiting on that too, man.
Yep. Because the same boot that some so-called Edomite got a kiss, it's always a so-called Edomite.
Right.
And it really could be Jakes too, some of them. So you don't really know, but you never see no African or no East Indian person coming up doing that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So, at the same time, the same boot that they so-called kissing is the same boots that you got to put your ass on tomorrow to go to work in. Yeah. To be in slavery the next day. Here it is. You got your shoe kiss, but tomorrow you got to put that same shoe on and go serve somebody else.
Right.
Make that make sense. It don't add up. You got it.
Says, then you will know that I am the Lord. Those who trust in me shall never be put to shame.
Yep. Never gonna put to shame, man. And that's the thing, man. We gotta trust in Yahweh Bashim Shai, man. Trust in the prophecies, man. These Edomites, man, beginning with these Edomites, because they're the number one enemy that we have. And it's gonna trickle down to the rest of these different nations. They ass going into slavery, man. They're gonna be put in subjection. After 1,000 years of captivity, Esau gonna be put out the way. Okay? And then the heathen are gonna serve their captivity as well too. But afterwards they're gonna be put back into their lands and they're gonna give us tribute. like it says in Isaiah 60. I was thinking about getting Isaiah 60, but just for the sake of time, we're already going for an hour. You know, you can read Isaiah 60 on your own time. But let's actually end it off. Well, I'll rather say the last precept I got is Isaiah 45 and 14, and then whatever you got too.
This is Isaiah chapter 45. You said 14?
Mm-hmm.
Isaiah 45 and 14, it says, "Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, the labor of Egypt and the merchandise of Ethiopia, and the Sabians, men of stature, shall come over unto thee."
Mm-hmm. So pretty much they're goods, their tribute, right? You got it.
"And they shall be thine, and they shall come after thee in chains. They shall come over, and they shall fall down unto thee."
It says in chains. They will come over and fall down unto you. Go ahead.
"They shall come after thee in chains. They shall come over, and they shall fall down unto thee. They shall make supplication unto thee, saying, Surely Yahweh is in thee, and there is none else. There is no power.
You see, they're gonna say, man, look, you know, Hotep. They're not gonna sit there looking for that nigga Hotep to save them. They ain't gonna be looking for no Anubis and Osiris and all that madness. You know, they're not gonna be looking for Buddha and Shiva.
Right.
You know, Quaz,
ISIS.
ISIS and all these various different idols. They ain't gonna be looking at that, man. They're gonna say, surely God is in thee. There is only one God. There is no other God. You see, it said they're gonna come over to us in chains, bowing down unto us, man. And we're gonna get their goods. We're gonna get the chiefest of their goods. As a matter of fact, I know I said that was the last one. Grab real quick. We'll make this one the last one. Isaiah 61, and start at verse 3, and we'll read down. To verse 6.
Okay. This is Isaiah chapter 61 and 3. "To appoint unto them that mourn in Zion, to give them beauty for ashes, the oil of joy for mourning, the garment of praise for the spirit of heaviness."
This is talking about the Israelites, those who are in an afflicted, meek state. Right now, the Lord is going to appoint unto us that mourn in Zion, beauty for ashes, oil for joy, mourning for the garments of praise, or the garments of praise for mourning, so on and so forth. You got it.
"That they might be called trees of righteousness, the planting of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, or Yahweh, that he might be glorified.
Right, go ahead.
"And they shall build the old wastes, they shall rise up the former desolations, and they shall repair the waste cities, the desolations of many generations."
And that's lines right back up with Isaiah 49 when we was reading. The desolate heritages are going to be built back up. You see, we're going to have our inherited lands again. You know, but it's just going to be on a whole different fashion. You got it.
Yep. It says, "And strangers shall stand and feed. Strangers shall stand and feed your flocks, and the sons of the alien.
Yeah, like the alien, like
Oh,
a foreigner.
Okay,
The
yeah.
son of the alien.
"And the sons of the alien shall be your plowmen and your vine dressers."
See, so it says strangers are going to feed our flocks, and the aliens, the foreigners, the heathen, are going to what? They're going to be our plowmen and our vine dressers. They're going to be out there working in them fields, just as we was picking cotton and all that kind of stuff. They're going to be on that and some.
Right.
See, this is what's getting ready to happen. This is what's coming. Right? You got it.
It says, "But ye shall be named the priest of Yahweh."
I will make thee a nation and a kingdom of priests. It says, but you are going to be called the priest of the Lord, the priest of Yahweh. Go ahead.
"Men shall call you the ministers of our power."
Men are going to call you the minister, the servants of the Most High. They're going to know. As we read in Isaiah 45, it says, surely God is in thee. Right? Go ahead.
It says, "Ye shall eat the riches of the Gentiles, and in their glory shall you boast yourselves."
In their glory shall ye boast yourselves. See, because we're going to get the forces of the Gentiles, as it says in Isaiah the 60th chapter. You see, we're going to get all the top creme de la creme of what the Gentiles got, and we're going to reap it. You see, if anybody try to hold anything back, we gonna know about it. We gonna shove a holy foot in your ass if you try to do that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? We gonna cause it not to rain on your crops for a little while, cause a drought to come into your land. All these various different things, man. You know, we're going to lend. We're going to be the head, and you're going to be the tail. You see, all these various different things. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That's what's coming. You know. So did you have anything? Any other precepts?
That's it.
Hey, we pray this lesson was edifying to the elect of Yahweh Shem Shai. And once again, we want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Rakakwadash. We want to give double honors to the apostles, bishops, and elders, the great millstone that taught us the truth and that's what teaching us truth. And as always, we want to give much peace, love, and salutation to the elect. Until next time, Lord willing, we say shalom.
Shalom.